Welcome to episode 3 of 267 Hoops. Yeah, man, my name is K-Love, and this man right there is Austin. Yeah.
Yes, Austin Powers,
That's a movie, right?
Yes,
that's a character from a movie.
it's a character from the movie.
All right, man. So into episode 3. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so it's okay. Like, watching like...
You're throwing me under the bus like that, man.
This guy, same T-shirt.
It's not even that, man. I just prefer rock and white every single time.
And you know what? It's weird because for me,
Yeah.
apart from these basketball tees and whatnot, every episode moving forward, it's just probably gonna be every second episode or every back-to-back episode.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a black tee because ideally I think these Nikira Lala because it's a basketball.
basketball
How about this is
show.
what I wear as well? When I'm
regular
relaxed and
drip.
everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting into episode 3, the NBA. 21st January 2021, putting a stamp on it so that you don't watch it and like Anteba bats or something like that, like we're like these guys.
Yeah.
Last episode we talked about the Brooklyn Nets a lot.
Yeah.
We talked about Steph Curry's 62 points, career high. We talked about who's next, and you said AD. Anthony Davis. LeBron is on his 18th year. And you're saying Anthony Davis is the one. And I was asking about Steph Curry. You don't see it.
That time has passed.
But still on that, man. What gives a player that thing where I know obviously especially because when they can get tracked ballet in college, it's where sponsors are actually putting in a lot of attention on you. Because the other day I was watching, it was a documentary on Rucker Park out in New York.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z actually brought out LeBron for his... Well, LeBron was there with Jay-Z because it was a Fat Joe versus Jay-Z team. And LeBron at the time was just a young 18-year-old. Was it 19? Somewhere there. He was still young, and he was still a prospect at the time before he went for the draft and whatnot. And I'm looking at this. I go, okay, clearly there was a tension on LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
The attention was that high where even a guy like Jay-Z, and Jay-Z has been, this was back in, the fairness of, I know you're under like, Sam, what's wrong? and yeah, this was when, Jay-Z's been big. This was the early 2000s. He's there. He's with Jay-Z, man. You're with Jay-Z. You're at Rucker Park. You're watching other NBA players being called onto and you're not there yet in terms of you being drafted to any team, and there's just so much attention on you.
Yeah.
So there's that. And apart from that, what gives a person the rite of passage to, for the entire league, for people to say this is the next big person? Like AD attended one of LeBron's camps apparently way back then. Is that what makes you say he's the next person?
AD will have his moment where he will literally get every single person to respect him, because I feel every great player has had that one game or that one moment where the vets in the league were like, oh, okay, it's his turn now. With Jordan, I remember watching the documentary for the
Last Dance.
Not the Last Dance, the Dream Team. The Dream Team.
Okay.
The Dream Team. Apparently, one of the greatest games that was ever played, but never on camera, was when the team was divided into two, and it was literally just all stars playing against each other. And
so that was Magic. That was a practice session.
Yeah.
Practice.
Practice. Yeah. It was Magic's team versus Jordan's team, right? And Magic and Jordan were going up and they were going at each other's throats as if they were playing for a championship. Literally, Magic would score and be like, nah, it's still my time, youngin, it's still my time. And then Jordan would come back, dunk, and be like, nah, there's a new sheriff in town, right? And Jordan's team ended up winning the game so much with so many points that even at the end of the game, Magic looked at Larry Bird and was like, yeah, it's his time now. So each player will have that moment where everybody else would be like, oh yeah, it's his time now. Were you just so dominant? And after that, Jordan just went on to repeat. It was crazy. So each player will have their moment, and I feel like with AD, the moment will come once LeBron is now on his decline, because right now he's still playing top-notch basketball. Like he's still
we have
there.
to wait for the season to end.
Yeah, right. So the moment for AD will come, and I'm not even.
Because obviously, look, times have changed. Only a few players, the likes of Kobe and the likes of Jordan, they won their champion. Like even Tim Duncan, they won their championships 5 or 6 with one team. Now the loyalty is it goes as far as how the organization sees you and how you feel at the time.
Business.
Because I know one of the things that people like bringing up is like, Kobe did it with one team. Tim did it with one team. Jordan did it with one team. But things have changed. LeBron has done it with 3 teams. He's won championships with 3 teams.
Yep.
That I take it again is it's an entire record on its own. But I feel how Ankara it's or what. What
you will have, the moment will be there. Because it can't be, obviously, right now, AD is not the only talented person in the league, right? I mean, you have your Hardens, you have your KDs, you have your Kyrie Irvings, but there's just that one moment that will enter. For me, KD could have had that moment. If KD would have taken a championship, won a championship at OKC, KD would have had that moment. He had to run and go to...
LeBron had to go to Miami to win a championship.
Yeah, that's different.
No, it's the same. No, look, it's the same. Unless you are saying after KD won a championship with Golden State, then he should have gone to OKC.
Here's why for me it's different. OKC, the last time KD was playing for OKC was up 3-1 to Golden State. Those guys literally had the opportunity to beat Golden State that year, and that year was when Golden State had the record. He had the 73-9, right? And these guys were up 3-1 and couldn't do anything. They lost to the Warriors, and what does KD do? He goes and joins the team that beat him. That does not look good. That does not look good. To me, it kind of felt like he was on us just like you know what? I don't want to.
No, but it goes back to my point where I'm saying you don't necessarily have to win a championship with one team nowadays. Okay, maybe then after winning with Golden State, he should have gone back to OKC. Then maybe you'd say, okay, Horari, he's it's like going back, like he went back and
he went back and delivered the chip back home. You know what I'm saying? And KD is an amazing player. I'm sure he's probably going to go down as one of the greatest scorers of all time.
But he's not next.
He's not next.
Okay, I think
he cannot be the face of the league. We're talking about being the face of the league.
And talking about the face of the league, I mean, this man is talking about a man who's currently 21st January 2021. He's currently sitting in at number 2 as that player who's putting in more points.
But where's LeBron on that list?
LeBron is number 5. Wait. Damn. I don't see LeBron. What's happening here?
So here's the thing with it, right? Every single player, is he in the top 10?
LeBron?
Yeah.
No. I'm seeing Joel Embiid. I'm seeing Harden. I'm seeing...
All those teams.
I'm seeing Giannis. I'm seeing Steph.
You'll see Bradley Beal. Joker is probably there. I think he's number 1, right? The guy from the Nuggets. Everybody in that team is not doing that great, right? Because when you're only, if your mentality is only scoring in the court,
LeBron is actually 17.
Look at that, 17th, but the Lakers are thriving.
So he's a playmaker.
He facilitates. Literally, LeBron makes everybody around him better.
And that's the thing. Look, we've talked about defense, offense, and again, we're talking basketball here.
Yeah,
and as I said in episode 2, sometimes people get to watch a sport, then they're seeing that, okay, they like the superstar who the league or whatever is modeled around.
The guy who's marketed the most.
And there are things like that, playmakers. Do we say somebody's next because was LeBron a playmaker when he got to the league, or he was just good in college in terms of putting up points? Was he that defensive?
See, with the thing with it is you gotta have everything. You gotta do it all. You just can't be a playmaker, because if you're a playmaker and you can't score, that means the team can't count on you when the game is on the line.
But you have the ball and you know, oh, that man is open. Let me give him the ball.
Yeah, see, but then what if he doesn't score? Now you gotta have that killer gene within you, like Kobe had, and he will be like, I'm taking the shot.
So is the NBA or is basketball based on points? Because even with this podcast, the other thing is also just trying to understand: is it based on? Do we say some of the best players are those who?
No. The reason why I'll say no, and I'm going to aggravate somebody I know is gonna watch this podcast. One of the greatest games was when this old man, Wilt Chamberlain, scored 100 points.
Yes,
right?
I've seen the record.
But that doesn't mean he's the greatest player of all time.
But he holds the record of scoring 100 during a game.
During a game, right? Yeah. So that alone shows you that basketball isn't just a points-oriented game. Even though the team that has the most points wins, but it's never. Sometimes it's literally just the defense that could win games, right?
Yeah, because it means they're blocking shots.
Yeah,
they didn't. You find that they are very defensive, and at least everybody in that team can manage to give you 15.
Exactly.
They average 15, 10. 20. Then you have that one guy who has he's very good as far as assists go.
Exactly. This is how in the bubble Miami got to trump the Bucks. The Bucks at that point were not accustomed to playing a team that defends Gazzoni. And when they saw that, it was a problem. It literally was a problem. These guys were clogging the paint, and Giannis couldn't drive. Which the only option he had was to shoot threes. And Giannis is very bad at that. Right? Very bad. So...
Can they... Wait, even just moving away from that conversation now. Giannis, True Holiday is there. What's True doing?
I mean... Drew Holiday. Okay, look. That guy for me... He's a great...
Was AD making him look good?
Nah, it wasn't AD. It wasn't AD. The guy is an amazing defender. He's just not a scorer, right? He can give you quality, like you said, probably average 15 or 20, right? But I think right now he's probably going to be like the third, if not the fourth option, because they got Chris Middleton there and a bunch of other guys.
Zach LaVine.
Oh, that's my guy right there. Oh,
but why isn't he like the face of the league?
I hope.
Why isn't he going to...
Because he's playing for a losing team.
The Bulls.
Yes.
But this guy has been... Which teams has he been to?
He's only been to 2 teams. Drafted by the Timberwolves and then got traded to the Bulls.
To the Bulls.
Yeah. And this guy deserves to be an all-star this season, man. This literally every season has been improving.
Hey, man.
And is averaging 27 points right now. 27. Best player on the Bulls. That boy deserves to be an all-star.
Westbrook is at number 24 on this list of...
Still my guy.
putting in points. He's in Washington. Bradley Beal is all the way up there. I
feel like those guys, they need to find... They need to find their thing, their
currently
culture.
14th.
Yeah.
So, look, but this is good for Westbrook because Washington is all the way down there. And I think it's good. Sometimes it's good going to a struggling team where that season they're struggling and you come in and you help build what would probably be for, if you make it to the top 10, good. But there's never a guarantee that next season you make it into the top 10.
Yeah.
But at least if you are there to help build a culture so that when the season ends and you ended 11th or 9th, you're just about to make the playoffs and you didn't. Maybe you lost out in the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
It's good to be there, to be in a position also to say during the off-season where you can also be asked, who can we get? And and when the team becomes successful, we can say, okay, look, but he's helped. We forget Westbrook was in OKC and he had the whole Harden thing too, where he wanted out of OKC. Yeah. And he went to Houston. Yeah, but I think after leaving OKC and he was in Houston, now we thought everything was good in Houston.
Honestly, I did as well. I don't even want to lie.
It wasn't going well.
I really thought everything was good in Houston as well.
But he needs to settle again.
Yeah, and I feel like just him and Brett. I think right now the problem with that team, currently that team only has 6 players in their roster available because of the whole COVID-19 things, and they only have 6 players available for the next stretch. The away games. That's just gonna kill them,
man. This, and talking about that, I guess it's something we'll get into episode 4 and everything. It's and hopefully by episode 4 we'll get guests and whatnot. This whole COVID thing is gonna make situations hard where you have to go to games and probably you are there with only 10 players and maybe you are missing one or two of your usual starting 5 because of COVID situation. So this season is just gonna be a mess, and it's gonna take a lot. But yet again, Austin, I feel that in terms of how we choose the next big thing, I thought LaMelo Ball right now is give him the next 10 years.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
I want to see
Davis.
Yes,
cool.
let's. You know what we can do with this question? Let's have this question
on the comments.
Besides that, yes, comment who you think is going to be the next best thing, right? But I want to see how LaMelo is on the second half of the season, because I don't think he's the best player on the draft. I don't even think he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Do you see what that kid at Golden State is doing, James Wiseman?
Oh yes,
that boy got some skills, man.
Look, LaMelo moving into the whole situation when he was still in Australia, there was a lot of speculation that he's gonna be the number 1 pick, and he dropped because obviously I guess other guys were doing the things.
Yeah,
but when you look at the Ball brothers, he's having a very good debut as compared to his brother Lonzo.
I used to root for that guy. I really
because he was sold. He was sold to you. He was. I think Magic even said, this Lonzo kid,
bruh.
He was sold.
Magic literally drafted him and was like, this kid could be the next me in terms of playmaking and everything like that.
But speaking to that as well, I think again, look, when it comes to sports and the NBA in particular, we might be out here, LaMelo, but there are players who have a slow start. Maybe Lonzo, when it comes his 4th season, a lot of the ones also on health. Oh man, this is a difficult one. If you think looking at the NBA, who's the next best?
You know what? Yeah. I'm going to also put another name out there.
Okay.
Luka Doncic. That boy is going to be
decide between Luka and Anthony Davis. So those are the 2 names you're putting forward.
If I had to pick, I'd pick Luka because he's younger.
You know what?
I'd pick Luka because he's younger.
For the 4th episode, that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Our guests, we're going to try get 3.
Yeah.
And I know who, I know the names. They're in my head.
Yeah.
We're going to get these people, and that's the question.
Right.
Who's got next as far as the face? Who's replacing LeBron? Because he said it's not Steph.
Who's replacing LeBron?
It's not Clay. It's not.
Steph.
It's not Lillard. It's not.
Damian Lillard has reached his peak.
It's not Durant. It's not Harden. It's not Westbrook. Nope. The list goes on. Jason Tatum.
No. You know what?
Okay, no,
you know what I mean.
We have to go.
Okay. I will say what I really like about Jason Tatum is his game reminds me so much of Kobe. And
because Kobe trained
exactly. I got to find out that Kobe got to train the kid. And I was like, this is why his game reminds me so much of Kobe.
So you know this. You are a Laker fan. You know this. Jason Tatum, Kobe, and when I ask you who's got next, I just went to the slow start, and this is a guy who's doing wonders for the Celtics. You're not even putting him out there, and the Celtics are not a small team.
You gotta win. They're
a big franchise.
The thing is, that boy they choked badly in the bubble.
30 seconds.
You know what? We'll discuss this in episode 4.
But
the Celtics choked badly. So did Tatum. Anyway, leave a like, comments,
and
definitely subscribe to the channel. Big thanks to everybody who's watching, and keep it locked in, man.
Peace.
Bow.